Hey guys, Broheen here from the Gamers Emporium channel. Yes, to answer your question, since you're looking at it now, I did end up buying Dragon Age Inquisition. So, today in the video, I'm going to bring to you how to play a full-on defense Legionnaire. So basically, let's look at the abilities here. So this is my tree. I did take one here, which is just for damage return, since I'm you start off with Payback Strike, and since I'm basically a tank, I'm right in the middle of the battle in melee range, so I still want to do damage back, so I did a kind of like a bleed when enemies hit me, so I did that ability. Then under Guardian, pretty much went straight down from here, because my goal is to get Warcry, so that way I can taunt all nearby enemies. But basically, you start off with Shield Wall. That has been upgraded, so I have more of a range, and I can give my allies an armor bonus of 30%. I took the Adamant on the left for an armor bonus, since I want to be tanky. A damage reduction on, my expertise with the shield protects you against ranged attacks from the front, so I take less damage from ranged attacks. Let's see, Resilience makes me not flinch when I get hit, and then enemies that hit me get staggered, so that's kind of nice. We took Challenge, which is a single target taunt. Also gains Guard, and I will explain Guard in a minute. We took Biggest Threat next, which gives me an increase of threat generation of 25%. And then I got just unlocked Turn the Blade, which any blow that comes from in front of me, I get damage resistance of 20%. So I'm going to be very, very tanky. So we'll get into everything else here later on in another video, maybe another how-to video of like explaining crafting, explaining prestiging, explaining the store. But for now, we're just gonna go in with a quick match. We'll do destination random, just on routine, just for simplicity. So this is your screen when you have basically your party. Now you can prep everything like I just showed you in between matches when you're at the screen, but basically this is a shows your group, and if I weren't in a party chat I could talk to these guys. Doesn't look like any of them are talking though, but you press R2 to ready up. Looks like one person left. And finding a match kind of sucks right now. We'll skip ahead from when the match starts. Alright guys, welcome back. Now that we're somewhat in this match here. All my party members died, but I'm a beastie tank, so I'm just going to run to the next area and we'll get on with explaining what we're doing. So, there they're all alive. I'm going to heal up. And now, as you can see on the bottom, there's my health bar. So over the health bar, those little diagonal guys there, that's my guard meter. So guard goes over your health bar, and it basically acts as a secondary health bar. So, which therefore means you can take extra damage without dying. So, now that was honestly kind of redundant, but some people you gotta explain it out for. So to build your guard, you have a couple abilities. I have 3 abilities there. Unfortunately, I'm not looking at the screen, and I'm not quite familiar with all of the abilities. I know the middle one for my triangle key is called Challenge. So Challenge is a single target taunt, and it builds 10% guard. Now that 10%, I believe, to my knowledge, is based off of max health. So let's say your max health is 100, and you gain 10% guard when you taunt. After taunting, you'll gain 10 guard, because that's 10% of 100. I believe that's how it works. Now, I could be wrong. Personally, I haven't researched it. Some of you may have. If anybody can answer that question, please feel free in the comments. That way we all know, and we're all a little bit smarter at the end of the day. So, the other way you can build taunt is with what's on my R1 and circle buttons. That's called Shield Wall. Now I have it on both just in case, it's better to have it on 2 buttons than to leave 1 button open, basically. So Square is basically like my cleave attack. We're gonna call it the cleave. So that's the one I'm not sure of what the name of it actually is. So now with the cleave, I'm just gonna get this out of the way first. With the cleave, after you've taken damage, and taking hits with the shield does mean you're taking damage as well. It does count as damage taken. You can cleave them, and you have a 5-second threshold, and it'll knock them to the ground, which leaves them kind of like stunned for about 2 to 3 seconds. So you can really do some DPS there on that note. But back to building guard, when you taunt, there's a taunt. When it hits, I gain 10% guard. Also, now that they're taunting, they're gonna attack me, so if I walk up to them with the shield out and they hit me, I build a ton of guard. So now I have a full second health bar basically. Now what's nice about it, as I said before, after they hit you with the shield and your cleave is ready, I can actually, well, I can't do it there because I need to build some stamina, but 5 seconds I can knock him to the ground after deflecting. Oh, that guy fucked me up. Now, I accidentally let all these guys die before, so hopefully they won't, you know, just let me bleed out. But when you're incapacitated, you can crawl like this. So, with that being said, I'm back up, and we're ready to go. Now I just have to build some more guards, so... Yeah, I missed them. And that's what's nice too, is if you miss an enemy with an attack, it doesn't put the attack on cooldown. So that's also really neat, I guess. So, but a quick recap here, since we're moving on to the next area, and I would like to focus on this and make it through. Actually, with this group, there's no way we're making it through to the 5th round, but to recap, you want to spec defense, because this is a defense Legionnaire. You want to build your guard as fast as possible. You want to be able to hold all the aggro on all the mobs, if possible. And you want to be able to cleave them and knock them on the ground and keep them stunned. So we're just going to build some guard. There's a little cleave, knocked him on the ground, and then just beat away at him. Once you have the aggro, and the guard's built, just attack, 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 and just maintain your guard, making sure that's built up. Somehow I got a bunch of extra guard. Must have blocked one of these guys' attacks. That guy hits really hard, so yeah, that's about it. So just, you know, taunt them, you know, maintain the guard, and hack and slash, so tank and spank. So that's pretty much it. The only thing I have to say about this class is the attacks are kind of slow, as you're seeing here. You have to be like dead melee range. You got to be right in there. And then the other thing I just wanted to say was, you know, if you're gonna play a defense Legionnaire, you have to understand you are a defensive class. You're not going to do like overpowered amounts of damage. You're literally there to keep the enemy's attention on you and to block attacks and just live while keeping the enemy on you and living, so that way everybody else in your party can live. So I'm just gonna go through this boss here. Owie. Just gonna go through this guy. See, he's got a bunch of guard too. When he swings like that, if you can time it right, you can actually guard just like that. Didn't take any damage. It knocked me back, but I also gained 5 stacks of guard, which is pretty sweet. Oh man, it's so hard to judge where he is. I don't know which way is his face. Alright, almost dead. It's a good thing I have this guard. Alright. So I'll build some guard off this guy. Nope. Alright guys, so we failed there to do the objective, but anyways, now you guys understand and know how to play a defensive Legionnaire, so have fun with it. We're going to get Spice Wolf to do an Archer video, and we might have Badass 0360 try to do a mage video for how to accomplish, you know, running a mage and the multiplayer here on Dragon Age Inquisition. So alright guys, well, let me know how you feel about it. Let me know how it's going. If we can play with you, you know, just let us know what your PSN ID is. You know, we're looking for people to play with, and if we can get some people to play with from the channel, if any of you guys have it, then we'd be interested in playing alongside you and chatting with you and whatnot, so it'll be fun. So thanks again for watching. Have a good one.